How do you adapt to challenges? Well, for me, challenges is something that happens to me every day, and I need to be always thinking on my toes and coming up with a new solution. Just this weekend, a whole lot of plans just got turned totally upside down. My poor husband is sick at home. Maybe he's got man flu. I don't know. But it's definitely not COVID because we've already done those rat tests and they've all come back negative. So I'm out and about doing my stuff. Now, unfortunately, I did need to cancel my Friday night plans because the group of people that we had decided to go with were a group of people that I could rely on my husband to be my sighted guide and to help look after me during the event, but not necessarily was able to put that responsibility on someone else. Being a carer for somebody is quite an interesting thing. And when you take it to a party or a nightclub or that kind of atmosphere, it's very difficult to make somebody else responsible who maybe doesn't know me as well as my husband does. And so therefore we decided that it was best for both of us to cancel our evening out. So unfortunately, that's just part of the way that things go when you've got a disability. Everybody else was like, well, why didn't you go anyway? Why didn't your friends help you? And you know what? In some circumstances, I would have. But in this particular event and circumstance, it was not appropriate to get somebody else to be my sighted guide. So that was Friday night. Today is Saturday. I'm in the park. The birds are chirping over there. And I have just been presenting at a seminar for people with disabilities. And that was an amazing experience. But once again, had to think on my feet today. Normally, I would have had my husband take me, which was originally the plan. But of course, because he's home sick in bed, we had to come up with a different solution. So my support worker, who is my absolutely amazing videographer right now, has come with me today, driven me to the other side of Melbourne to present for the presentation, and has brought me back, and now we're Instagramming in the park. So super support worker, videographer, everything all in one, has stepped outside of what would normally be the plan and has done an amazing job at a late notice as well. So having said that, it is all about being adaptable. It's about not being selfish and saying, oh, I can't do all the things that I wanted to do because my husband's sick. It's about thinking, okay, well, what's the solution to this? How are we going to make it happen? And then working out what I can do and what I can't do and what is realistic. And sometimes what I would like to do isn't always the realistic answer. I would have loved to have gone and partied last night with my friends, but it just wasn't going to happen because it wasn't practical. You know, the person that would have been my sighted guide had the opportunity to go and enjoy themselves and potentially find themselves a new date or whatever it was that they happened to do without me tagging along in the background. And so I let them experience their night for themselves without having to do that. So it's all about adaptability, taking that challenge and working out, can I work outside of the box? And if I can, great. And then sometimes life isn't ideal. You don't always get to do the things that you want to do. And with being at peace with that is part of the reality of having a disability. And just going, you know what, them's the breaks. Next time will come along, I'll have another opportunity and I'll be able to go and do what I wanted the next time. So next time you're faced with something, have a think. How can I think about this differently? How can I behave differently? How can I think differently? How can I act differently to get me a positive outcome? Because we can all sit at home and whinge and moan about the things that we can't do, but let's refocus and think about the things that we can do, the things that we can make work for us, and even when things aren't working, how we can put a positive spin on it.